What's going on, y'all? I'm David with RV Family.Life. We've lived in this RV behind us for over 2.5 years now. And one of the things that happens when you drive your home down the road with all the potholes and bumps and everything that goes on with driving down a road, you risk things breaking. And today we get to talk about broken microwaves and my frustration. My frustration with this right here. This little hook right there by my finger broke. That little hook held onto a spring that allowed this to move up and down inside the microwave right through there to hold the door shut and to push a button letting the whole system know that the door was closed and it was okay to use the microwave. That little hook broke. That's all that broke. Now, granted, there are some other things that broke. We've had a top piece up here on this microwave that kind of cracked off a while ago. Didn't have an effect on the ability to use the microwave. Didn't have any problems until this little guy. The frustrating part for me is that apparently this is a discontinued microwave insignia. If you are in the RV business, you probably are familiar with the Insignia brand. I thought it was just a coincidence that this was the brand that Best Buy sells. There's a lot of Insignia brand items coming from Best Buy. In my search for replacement parts, I came across a Forest River website that was providing the documentation on the RVs and all of the subcomponents that are within it for the owners of those Forest River RVs. And then I found the exact owner's manual for this exact microwave where it did indeed have Best Buy slathered all over it. One of my biggest questions is, why are we putting Best Buy appliances into RVs? I'm sure a lot of you probably just made this assumption that what's in the RV is most likely made for RVs, but in the case of these microwaves, these are a true residential meant for the home. So there's nothing extra special that's trying to hold the door shut, just this. That's it. So now I'm stuck with an issue where, as I'm trying to track down the replacement part here, I'm discovering that apparently this microwave may not be manufactured anymore. It's kind of on a closeout type situation. But one thing's for certain, nobody is making this exact replacement part. There are other replacement parts out there, but they're very specific to specific brands. It was very difficult to find things with the exact measurement. You can't just get the other one because if it's slightly different shaped up here, it's not going to properly hit the button inside the latching mechanism to let it know that it's working right. So what should be an $8 to $25 replacement part, nobody's making it. And so now it's a $200 replacement. That is really frustrating. And I've said this before and I'll say it many times. I can't stand hearing these companies talk about their commitment to the environment, yet they basically set up planned obsolescence. Their intentions sometimes in these type scenarios is they want me to buy another microwave. Well, what was their plans with the old microwave when I bought the new microwave? How did that fit into their environmentally conscious company? Yeah, whatever. That frustrates me to no end. So at any rate, here we are. I would love to just buy this, put it all back together, get it up and running, but I can't. So we are now getting a new GE appliance, one that it was on sale, $150 off at Home Depot. It's got all the same measurements to fit in there. It has the replacement parts available. So if things happen again, now at least I've got a overall microwave that I can take apart like this and put it back together myself. So in the meantime, let's go take a look at what it looks like in the absence of the microwave inside the RV. Daisy. Oh, she wants some belly rubs. So sweet. Love you, Daisy. All right. That is the absence of the microwave right there. Now we did discuss possibly what are some other alternatives, like maybe just putting a shelf right here, possibly just buying a cheap little $50 microwave. Overall though, having to re-engineer this would still cost a good deal of money. Plus we really like the ability to have the vent working. However, we did discover that this vent was pretty much glued shut. I don't think it was latched. It might have been latched shut, but it felt like it was kind of glued shut with all the grease that had been sucking up over the years. And it's pretty hard to be able to stick your hand in there. From the outside, I probably could have gone up on a ladder to pull on it. I'll have to take a closer look at that. And I've been cleaning up over here, but some of this stuff is like hard on there. It's being held on there by a bracket right there. I highly doubt I'll be able to reuse the same bracket. You'll probably have to put on a new one, but I'll at least leave that there until I find out. And then 2 great big bolts that go up here in the top. One of the things I did not like was this panel up here was essentially stapled down. So I had to pry it open and just kind of ripping it a little bit. Don't appreciate that. I would have rather had some way of, I don't know, unscrewing something to free that up so that I could then loosen up the bolts to let it down. We'll show you what this looks like as we put up a new microwave. All right, the new microwave is here. It's outside. First things first, these brackets were different. I was hoping they would be interchangeable, but no, definitely not interchangeable. And the holes are different and in different places. So I even had to make some adjustments based on what Open Range had previously done with this one and what GE was recommending for theirs. That's on there pretty firm. It appears that the Open Range has a stud that goes crossways right here specifically for this roll. And the other downside was I had to drill an extra hole. They had really big holes, not sure why, but the GE needed a hole further out over there. Almost ready to bring it in. Here's the new microwave. There's the holes for the top. That one's in the same spot. That one is further out. This one is, it seems more centered, maybe? I don't know why they go through and make such big differences. Drives me nuts. But almost ready to mount this thing in there. All right, there'll be a new microwave here. GE. Get to do a little bit of that nice removal of the protecting plastic. Ah, yes, isn't that enjoyable? Oddly satisfying. All right, I'll get the handle in a minute. Let's go outside and finish chatting about this. All right, there's packaging. Still have to put in these new filters for the vent. So this is the screw they sent along. They're like, this has to go into a stud. And then this has to go through the drywall. And I'm like, that will poke right through my RV wall. So did a lot of research there, figured out, okay, what did Open Range do with the other bracket? It's like, yeah, they put a stud straight across to hold this bracket in place. Used a few more screws that were smaller, made it all work out properly. It's done. I won't stop being nervous about the work that I did. Just driving down the road. To me, I don't know if I tried to wiggle this old microwave enough. The new one just has just a little bit of play. I've tried adjusting it. If I tighten the bolt on the top, then the hooks that's hooked onto on the bracket on the bottom, it comes off of those. So then I loosen the bolts back down. It's still connected, but now it's hooked to the hooks in the back. Something's got to be off. This is me bringing my own anxiety to the situation. Hey, there's airplanes flying over. Guess there's a runway nearby. After we have a few nice drives with some bumps in them, we'll check back in and let you know if the microwave is still attached to the wall. I'm a glutton for punishment. Now, how great would it have been if I could have just ordered for $25? I would have paid $35 for that special little part to just fix the microwave I had. Wouldn't have to go throw this thing into the dumpster. And we would be all the much happier and have a little bit of extra money. I'd like to say a little bit richer, but man, that money is going to be needed for the RV life somewhere. I'm about to work on roof maintenance, truck maintenance. That money is needed somewhere. All right, that's the end of this video. That's it. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Let's go microwave something. Remember, life happens. Even parts breaking in your RV. Don't let that stop you. Stay fresh, cheese bags. Just updating y'all. It's been over 1,200 miles and the microwave is still attached to the RV. Working good. I guess I did all right after all. Stay fresh, cheese bags.